it's Laura from Divine Light Yoga, and I wanted to hop on to talk about using storytelling and books in your kids' yoga classes. So books are one of the most fundamental ways, most engaging ways in which young children can learn. And typically they read or they listen to 5 to 7 stories a day. So it absolutely makes sense for us to bring books and storytelling into our yoga classes. But how do we incorporate it? How do we actually use the book to teach yoga? So there are many, many different ways, but I'm just going to go over 3 today. So the first way is really relaxing visualization. You can get the children into a relaxed state, dim the lights, get the blankets, make it really comfortable and cozy. And then with their eyes closed or with eye pillows on, you can take them on a visual journey through the story. So it might be that you read the story, but what I would suggest is actually creating a visualization in which they're almost in the story. They are almost like a character in the book. So let's say your story is The Very Hungry Caterpillar. When they're lying down in their relaxation, rather than reading the story, you would get them to visualize themselves being in the cocoon, being the little hungry caterpillar, wrapped up in the cocoon, and then eventually coming out to be a beautiful butterfly, and maybe guiding them on a journey through the forest as a butterfly. So that's one way in which you can bring storytelling into your classes. The second way is to theme your entire class on a book. So, for example, you could take We're Going on a Bear Hunt, and everything within your class, all the poses that you do, the activities, the games, the mindfulness activities that you do, are really centered around the book, We're Going on a Bear Hunt. So you might take the different pages, the different elements of that book, and create poses based on the different journeys that they go on through the book. And you might create a game in which they are stumbling through the forest and going into the cave. And so everything really evolves around the book that you are focusing on. So that takes a little bit more creativity because you really have to think about, how am I going to make a mindfulness activity based on We're Going on a Bear Hunt? How can I make this posture look like this element of the book? But when you do it, it's so engaging for the children and makes everything more relevant for them. And it's just a really beautiful way to theme your entire class. And then the third way is actually telling the story with the poses and movements. So again, you have to create the poses because unless you're reading a yoga book, a children's book that is specifically focused on yoga and does give you the yoga poses, but if you're taking a regular children's book, such as the Gruffalo or the Very Busy Spider, then you are going to have to create poses that are related to the book. And the way that I would suggest doing it is, as you read the book or as you tell the story to the children, you are also moving through poses. So it's really great for those kinesthetic learners that learn through movement. And it's not that you're just doing actions. So if you're a parent or a school teacher who reads stories on a daily basis, we often do actions which the children are seated and they do small movements, maybe like swishy swashy grass or going through the ocean. Well, this is yoga. So we want full body movements, more expressive, building their coordination, building their full body balance. And so we would take them on a journey through the book. So as you're telling the story, they are really embodying different parts of different elements of that story so that they become the stone, they become the tree, they become the bear, and they are part of the book. They are physically moving through the story through postures. So you're telling the story at the same time as physically taking them on this journey through poses and movements and a specific sequence. So that's 3 different ways. I have lots and lots of different ways. But just to recap, doing it as a restorative visualization where they lie down and they visualize being part of the book or going on a journey essentially through the book. The second way is to take them moving through the sequence, physically moving through poses that are related to the book. As you read the story, they're going on that journey with you. And the third way is to theme your entire class based around the book. So if that sounds interesting to you, but you're not entirely sure how you would theme an entire class around one book, then take a look at my Mindful Teachers membership, because this month's lesson plans, which you'll get instant access to if you sign up now, are based around two children's books, two Eric Carle books. And it's not The Very Hungry Caterpillar, actually, based around two children's books. And the whole class theme is really focused on engaging the children through these two Eric Carle books. So you can take a look at that, as well as including those lesson plans. It includes more than 20 other lesson plans that you'll get instant access to, plus 5 of my training workshops and live Q&As. So I'll post a link below and you can take a little look at that if it's something that interests you. And if you already bring storytelling into your kids' yoga classes, I would love to know how, or love to know your favorite book. So you can comment below with your favorite book that you like to use for kids' yoga and your favorite way in which to incorporate it into your kids' yoga classes.